Good morning everyone, this is our last presentation. It is about Phnom Penh, capital city of Cambodia. Please welcome Mr. Putheara.
Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, everybody. Today I would like to presentation about Phnom Penh city that is the chief of Indochina. But now I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Prak. So for today, I prepared 5 topics to describe about Phnom Penh city, and they are the first one, geography and history, transportation choice, plus to visit, plus to stay, and plus to eat. So let's start with the geography. Phnom Penh is the capital city of South ASEAN that is surrounded by Kanda province and bank of the three rivers, Putheara, Prak, and Mekong River. About the Phnom Penh area is 678.5 kilometers with the maximum people who live in Phnom Penh about 2,009,262 people with 658,633 female, and about the male is 621,948. And the population in Phnom Penh city for the original Khmer is only 60%. About the Chinese, 15%. About the Vietnamese is 20%. 5% is another. And the people who live in Phnom Penh, they are work as a trader, businessman, and government officer. For the tropical climate is for humid and the cold season is from November to March, hot season from March to May, and rainy season from May to October. And about the history of Phnom Penh city is taken from renowned Wat Phnom, it's Phnom Penh, which was built in 1323 to host 5 setup of Buddha on a man-made hill. 27 meter high, these 5 statues were floating down the Mekong in a cookie tree. មានន័យថាសំណាក់ព្រះរូបបូដាហ្នឹងលេចនៅក្នុងពេលដែលមានទន្លេមេគង្គគាត់ទីក៏ទន្លេមេគង្គលេចនៅរាជធានីភ្នំពេញហើយក៏លោកយាយដូនពេញហ្នឹងក៏បានស្រោបដើមគគីហ្នឹងមកឃើញតែយកតែសារអាប់ទៅលើភ្នំក៏បានកើតមកថាភ្នំដូនពេញដល់សពថ្ងៃថាគាត់ឈ្មោះមកភ្នំ Now let's move to the next point about transportation. Actually, I was destination from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh to my presentation. So from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh, the distance is about 305 kilometers. You can go along the national road 6. And you have 4 types of transportation to go to Phnom Penh, such as bus, van, car, and airplane. Because Siem Reap and Phnom Penh has the airport. And if you go by bus, you take only 6 hours to arrive, and the cost is $9 per way. And about the van, you can go arrive on around 5 hours to 6 hours in the same bus, and the cost is $8 per way. And about the car, it takes less only 5 hours to arrive in Phnom Penh, and the cost is $7 per way. About the airplane, you can have 2 choices. For the speed and not. For the speed, it takes only 55 minutes to arrive in Phnom Penh, and one more, you take 1 hour and 10 minutes to arrive in Phnom Penh. And about the ride, it depends on the festival or the airport. For $15 to $60. Then let's move to the place to visit. In Phnom Penh city, there are so many tourist attractions with the history of Cambodia, such as Royal Palace, National Museum, Independent Monument, Wat Phnom, Tuslan Museum, Chain Eye, and more. And for the night time, they would like to go to Naga, play a gambling, or go to church to have a party. And for today, I would like to recommend 4 places to visit, and there are 2 slides, Chain Eye, check on that and the activity boundary along the lane they go. Now let's start with the Tour Slide Museum. Tour Slide is renowned by Tour Slide High School. Tour Slide is the Tour Slide in 1975, Tour Slide High School was taken over by Pol Pot security force and turned into a prison known as Security Prison 21. ហើយឡងឆ្នាំ1975 នឹងទួលស្វាយព្រៃគឺបានគ្រប់គ្រងទៅដោយរបបពលពតដែលបដូរពីសាលាមួយទៅជាគុកដែលមានឈ្មោះថាគុក21 and it soon became a legacy center of detention and torture in the country ហើយសម្រាប់សាលានេះដែលប្រើទៅជាគុកនឹងខ្លាចទៅជាកន្លែងដែលធ្វើទរណកម្មនៅសាលាគេនៅក្នុងប្រទេសដែលវាមានទរណកម្មផ្សេងៗដូចជាការខួរក្បាលគៀបជើងបោកកំក្មេងបាញ់សម្លាប់ចងយកទៅជើងឯងវាមានច្រើនហើយឈាមវានៅស្រស់ៗនៅដល់ឥឡូវយើងអាចទៅមើលវាក៏បានand as when one has been turned into the Tour Slide Museum, which serves a testament of the crime of my road. The museum entrance is on the western side of 113th Street, just north of 350th Street, and it's open daily from 7 to 11:30 a.m. and from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. ហើយសម្រាប់គុក21ដែលបង្កើតពីសាលាឈ្មោះទួលស្លាយព្រៃហ្នឹងបានបដូរឈ្មោះមកថាជាទួលស្លាយដែលមានពាក្យថាស្លាយជាវាល្វីងចត់ដែលអាចលេបចង់និយាយថាលេបវាទៅគឺល្វីងទូចត់ដូចជារឿងពិសោធន៍នៃការដែលគ្រប់គ្រងទៅដោយពួកខ្មែររួចហើយសម្រាប់ museum ហ្នឹងវានៅតាមបណ្ដោយផ្លូវ100 อยู่ในตามประดอยเลย113និង350ហើយវាបើកជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃពីម៉ោង7ដល់ម៉ោង11កន្លះនិងពីម៉ោង2ថ្ងៃដល់ម៉ោង5កន្លះ and if you go there you can see the photograph on the wall so virtually all the people in the picture were later killed in Maros ហើយពេលដែលយើងចូលទៅក្នុងទួលស្លាយនេះយើងអាចមើលឃើញរូបភាពជាច្រើនមនុស្សជាង7,000 នាក់រូបថតដល់ហ្នឹងដែលមានខ្លះហើយរូបថតហ្នឹងគឺជារូបថតដែលគេយកទៅសម្លាប់មុនឬក៏ក្រោយពេលនៅក្នុងសង្គ្រាម Now let's move to the next point ជើងឯកKilling Fall of Chiang Mai is situated 5 kilometers southwest of Phnom Penh and made famous by the film of the same Killing Fall ហើយសម្រាប់កន្លែងមហាជើងឯកហ្នឹងវាមានចម្ងាយឆ្ងាយពីភ្នំពេញប្រហែល15គីឡូដែលយើងមើលរឿងម្សិលមិញហ្នឹងរឿង Killing Fall រឿងហ្នឹងដែរល្បីតែថតស្ដែងចេញពីរបបពលពត and it was a place where more than 20 civilians were killed by ran in massacre many of them transported here after detention and tortured into slavery. This place is a chilling reminder of the brutality of the genocidal Khmer began in the center of the area in a 20-story glass stucco which cost 80,000 gold issued from massacre. ហើយសម្រាប់មនុស្សដែលជាង 17000 នាក់យកបានទៅសម្លាប់ចងផ្នែកបាញ់នៅខែបលាយហ្នឹងគឺមានខែ49បលាយហើយសម្រាប់ភ្នោគឺមានខែជា129ភ្នោដែលគេចងផ្នែកហើយបាញ់សម្លាប់ហើយពេលឆ្នាំ 1980 ហ្នឹងគេបានជីកភ្នោនឹងឡើងវិញពេលដែលពលពតគេជីកយកមកគេឃើញដោយសាកសពចងដោយកណាត់ខ្មៅ ចឹងគេជីកបានឃើញមានតែភេទប្រុសភេទស្រីនៅកូនក្មេងទាំងអស់ដែលដកមកចង់និយាយថា 8000 នាក់ដែលគេជីករកឃើញបន្ទាប់ពីហ្នឹងទៀតគេរកឃើញអត់ដឹងថាទៅណាហើយសម្រាប់តែភ្នោសម្រាប់តែក្បាលជារលាក្បាលគេដាក់ទៅលើកញ្ចក់មានប្រហែលជា 17 កញ្ចក់ដែលរាប់សរុបទៅគឺមាន 8000 រលាក្បាលតាមភេទប្រុសភេទស្រី And now let's move to another point. Is check on the for the party time. It is a new brand in Phnom Penh that opened 2016. It's a new. It's like the Pacific in Siem Reap, but it's not so big like Siem Reap. You can have a party because there are a lot of restaurants, beer garden, bar, and the club is near the Church Promenade also. And for the festival, they like the crowd and have a party. And remember when my New Year, I think the Phnom Penh is very quiet, but actually Promenade not quiet. That's too much people. And now let's move to another point about boat trip on the Mekong River. About boat trip along the Mekong River, the tourists that come to Phnom Penh, they like to have a dinner along the river to make a romantic with the couple because the evening sunset is very beautiful. And now let's move to another point. It's place to stay. Hello. In Phnom Penh there are 269 hotels, big, small and rich hotels. And about the guest house there are 374. But today I would like to recommend some hotels that if you go for the business, I recommend you to go to the Intercontinental. It's said Continental. For the businessmen, they do the meeting. They like to go to the Intercontinental. About the price is $125 per night. And another hotel is Nagabel. Nagabel is the choice for the guests that like to play the gambling, and the location is near the Honsai Park. And about the price is $24 per night. It's not expensive because they offer for the guests very cheap to play the gambling. For the accommodation not expensive. But if you want to relax for the silent, go for the relax, you can go to Sofitel. It's cost $225 per night. It's very expensive. And about the guest house, you can choose along the river near the Royal Palace. It costs only $20 up to $12. And about the service not 24 hours, but they sell for Wi-Fi. Now let's move to the another point. The last point is place to eat. And there are so many restaurants in Phnom Penh city for choosing. Like the Phnom Penh city is a very popular place that foreigners come and restaurant. They make the brand name a lot like pizza, KFC, Starbucks, a lot of. So you can choose for your place to eat. And today I would like to recommend two restaurants that are popular in Phnom Penh. The first one is Malay's restaurant and the second one is the Masak restaurant. About the Malay's restaurant is along the road, and they serve for the Asian food, Khmer food and Thai food. For the price is up to $5. Has outdoor and indoor, air conditioner and natural air. About the Masak, they serve for breakfast, lunch, and for breakfast they serve for buffet. And for lunch and dinner they serve for set menu. They serve for local food only. And you can celebrate a party like birthday or anniversary here. It's not expensive. It costs maybe for one event. It costs up to $100. They sell all the food, maybe 10 tables. And that's all for today. Thank you for your pay attention. I hope you rest for 1 week. It's enough to have some fun activity and know about the history of Phnom Penh. Thank you.